Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. And today we have both grammar and phonics. We are going to start with grammar first. This is lesson 24 in your reader's notebook, and it's page 133. Today we're going to talk about subordinating conjunctions. And I know that sounds very confusing, but we have some hints here, so let's take a look. It says a complex sentence is formed by combining one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Now remember, a dependent clause is not a sentence. It depends on the independent clause to make it a sentence, okay? So it relies on it. If the dependent clause appears first, add a comma after it. Now, here's your hint. Subordinating conjunctions begin dependent clauses. So some subordinating conjunctions are after, although, because, before, even though, since, unless, until, when, and while. So we're going to take a look for those words as we read, okay? We had fun swimming because of the weather. So let's take a look. We had fun swimming is a sentence. Because of the weather is not a sentence. So let's look at this sentence. This is a complex sentence. We had fun swimming because of the weather. Doesn't that make sense? And here's our little clue right there. Our subordinating conjunction is because. And here it is up here. Okay? So we're going to look for these words within our sentences down here, okay? And here's our thinking question. Which subordinating conjunction can join the dependent clause to the independent clause? So here we go. Underline the dependent clause. Write the subordinating conjunction that begins the dependent clause. And remember, again, we're going to be looking for these words, okay? Number 1. We will see the dolphins before we leave. Okay, now let's take a look. Think about our scooping in Wilson. We will see the dolphins before we leave. 2 scoops, right? So here we go. We will see the dolphins. If I just said that, that's a sentence. Before we leave. Is that a sentence? No. No, that's your dependent clause. It depends on this sentence. And it starts with ding, 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 before. And here we are up here, before. So we're going to underline that dependent clause before we leave. And we're going to write the subordinating conjunction, which is before, okay, on the line. Okay, so we did number 1. Okay, here we go. After we eat lunch, we will see more of the zoo. Let's take a look. Do we see any of these up here? Oh, I found the word. I found this word. And I see this word. So let's look where our scoops are. After we eat lunch, we will see more of the zoo. Let's underline that and write our subordinating conjunction on the line. Okay, number 3. Because he forgot his lunch, we went back to the car. Okay, so let's take a look. Where's one of those words? Oh, I see one. I see it there. But let's look back. We went back to the car. Is that a sentence? Yes, it is. Because he forgot his lunch. Because he forgot his lunch what, Mrs. Stroud? Let's underline that and write our subordinating conjunction on the line. Okay. Next one. We will miss the dolphins unless we hurry. So let's take a look at our scoops. We will miss the dolphins unless we hurry. We will miss the dolphins. Is that a sentence? Unless we hurry. Is that a sentence? Let's look for one of those words. After, although, because, before, even though, since, unless, until, when, while. Oh, there it is. Let's underline that and write our subordinating conjunction on the line. Okay, those ones are a little confusing, so we had a little more help today. Okay? Alrighty. So just remember, you can always look back at your subordinating conjunctions so you know what they are. Okay? Alrighty, we're going to go on to our phonics page. It's page 140. So we're going to turn our books over to that page. Here we go. Prefixes re and un. Okay? And this is page 140 in your reader's notebook. So let's take a look. Remember, re means again. Okay, we've been working on prefixes. They come before. Pre means before. Okay, so there are affixes that come at the front of a word. And un means not or the opposite of. Okay, so let's take a look at our words. We have 14 basic words, 2 review, 2 challenge. So let's take a look. Number 1 is unfold. Number 2, rejoin. That means join again. Number 3, untie. Okay, the opposite of tie. Number 4, reheat. Means heat again. Number 5, unfair. Means not fair. Number 6, unclear. If I'm unclear on something, I'm not really clear. I really don't get it. Number 7, repaid. Means I paid again. Number 8, rewrite. Write again. Number 9, unhurt. Means not hurt. Number 10, recheck. Check again, right? Number 11, unlucky. That means not lucky. Number 12, unwrap. Something I like to do at Christmas time, right? Not, I like to do the opposite of wrapping my gifts, right? Number 13, reuse. Means use again. And number 14, unsure. It means I'm not really sure. I didn't, I don't think I'm right. I'm unsure. Okay? Okay, here's our review words. Reread, unsafe, and challenge words unbuckle and unknown. Okay, but we're going to use our basic words to answer these 8 clues. So we're only using these 14. Okay, so let's take a look. You might do this with shoelaces. I think we got that one. What do we do with our shoelaces? We tie them. So what would you do? Number 3, untie. There you go. Well, I think I gave you a hint to this one. Let's look at number 2. You would do this with a present wrapped in paper. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. All right. Number 3, you might feel this way if you didn't know the answer to a question. Let's take a look. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. Okay, now remember, if you're not quite sure about the answer, you can circle it and come back to it. Okay? Number 4, to be sure your answers on a test were correct, you might do this. Now, this is something your teacher tells you to do all the time. Let's take a look. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. Got that one? Okay, number 5. If you thought someone had cheated in a game, you might think the game was this. Somebody cheats. What are they? Let's take a look. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. Okay, let's go on to number 6. You could do this to make some leftover food warm again. What would you do with leftover food? Let's take a look. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. Okay, let's go on to number 7. If you didn't like a poem you had written, you might do this. What would you do if you wrote something and you didn't like it? Let's take a look. Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. And finally, number 8. You would do this to a shirt you found folded in a drawer. So what would you do to a shirt you found folded in a drawer? Unfold, rejoin, untie, reheat, unfair, unclear, repaid, rewrite, unhurt, recheck, unlucky, unwrap, reuse, unsure. All right, boys and girls. If you have one that you weren't quite sure about, you can go back and try it. But right now, we're going to go on to our review. It says choose a review word and write a clue for it. Now you're going to write the clues the same way these are written. Here's your review words: reread and unsafe. So you can say you would do this, or, if you might be this, okay? And you want to write a nice 3rd grade sentence. You also want to use your COPs: capitalization, organization, punctuation, spacing, and spelling. Don't forget those, okay? And if you have something, you should definitely write your word correctly. It's right there. But if you have something you're not quite sure how to spell, just do the best you can. Okay? And here we go. Same for the challenge words. Choose a challenge word, write a clue for it. So here's your challenge words. Unbuckle, which is something we do with a belt, right? Or unknown, means you don't know something, right? Okay. So again, nice 3rd grade sentence. I want you to use COPs: capitalization, organization, punctuation, spelling, and spacing. Okay? And please make sure you go back through these, reread them, make sure you understand it, and you wrote the word correctly because they are right here. Okay? No misspelling in numbers 1 through 8. Okay? All right, my friends, you have a wonderful day. It's a little gloomy today. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe it'll get a little better. I don't know. Okay, as always, I miss every one of you, and I can't wait until I see you again, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.